Welcome to My Opinion here on My Opinion TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. And upon the hearing of my voice this morning, as long as you can hear my voice, it means you have a lot to give God thanks for. So many people went to bed with the dreams and aspiration of getting up this morning and are not numbered among the living. So as long as we are breathing, no matter what our circumstances are, we still have a lot to give God thanks for. Now today, we want to look at a very disturbing situation. I brought you the story yesterday, but I'm just going to look into it a little bit more deeper because this situation seems to have more questions than answers. It was a barbaric situation yesterday where a 9-year-old boy life was taken, and the circumstances under which his life was taken has caused anger, disbelief, and yet still I'm waiting to see who is going to demonstrate and who will be the voice for this child whose life was taken. And I'm going to read from the Jamaica Observer. Questions still swirled up to late Thursday night about the gruesome murder of a 9-year-old Gabriel King, which has not only shocked the nation, but has left a top lawman in St. James calling for additional powers to cauterize the levels of crime plaguing the parish. The child who was autistic, and I'm going to stress it again, the child who was autistic was found with his throat slashed, his body slumped on the back seat of his mother's car, which had been reported stolen only minutes earlier. This is no normal violence. When persons are willing to harm kids, this is very serious. This is something we need to look at seriously. Commanding Officer for St. James, Senior and Superintendent Veron Ellis, said, according to the police, approximately 11:30 a.m., the young boy and his mother was traveling in an Audi motor car along Tucker Main Road when she said the nightmare began. King was in the rear of the motor vehicle being driven by his mom. She reported that she slowed down to maneuver some potholes when she was approached by a man who hit her in the face, forced her door open, then pulled her from the vehicle. The vehicle was driven away with King in the back seat. An alarm was raised. The boy's mother, 3 units were deployed to the Fairfield community where the child was found inside the motor car with his throat slashed. The car was found on Oak Hill Avenue in Fairfield Estate. Police teams were deployed. 2 of the police teams came into contact with the car and rescued the mother. Now, in addition to being autistic, we understand that he had a speech impediment. And the question I asked this morning, because we get to understand that the father of the child is being questioned by the police. But I am not saying what the mother said was not true. But something about this just doesn't add up. Why would you slow down to maneuver pothole, right? And a person hit you in the face. I hope the police will see mark that suggests she was hit in the face. They say they hit you in the face, took you out of your vehicle, and drove over the child. Most mothers, they would have to kill the mother there because the mother would not allow them to get away with their child. We understand things do happen. But this story is just mind-boggling, and it's just not adding up. We all understand it's very expensive to take care of children with disabilities. An autistic child is not an easy task to deal with. Worse, he's got a speech impediment. Some parents, when they realize that the child at birth is autistic, some leave the child at the hospital, some leave them on the streets, some because they know financially it could be very costly to take care of these kids. As you have heard, the child was going to a special school in St. James. No doubt the cost to keep that child at that school is quite expensive, but it's not cheap to be driving an Audi motor car. But the problem is a lot of persons see vanity more than they see life. And this morning, we want the police in St. James to pull out all the stops there is. We have to get to the bottom of this. Who killed Gabriel King? Why was Gabriel King killed? That name must be sinking into all the persons in Jamaica. That name should be on the lips of all well-thinking Jamaicans this morning. And all well-thinking Jamaicans should be hitting the streets this morning, demonstrating that the killer or the killers of Gabriel King be found and brought to book. The police are interrogating the father. We hope there will be some form of success. We are not here to be judging the father or the mother yet. But all we are saying, something doesn't smell right. Something doesn't add up. Gabriel King, 9-year-old innocent child with disabilities. His life was cruelly cut down. The ordeal young Gabriel King went through. You understand what our kids in Jamaica are facing? Do you understand what our kids in Jamaica are facing? 14 days gone in the year, and we have lost over 50 odd people. In the space of 14 hours, over 13 Jamaicans were brutally murdered yesterday. We have double murder in Westmoreland. We have double murder on Olympic Way. We had triple murder the other day. What's going on? What are these criminals eating? What is the motive behind all of these killing? Something has to be done. No ordinary measure is needed. We have to have some serious measures because these killers are barbaric. Children can't live in peace. The disabled child murdered in the back of his mother's car. And as I say, something about the mother's story is just not adding up. And if I am just a normal citizen and I can figure that out, the police who are trained to do their investigation, I hope they will find something more than I, as the normal man, is thinking. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell, so as soon as a video is released, you'll be one of the first to be notified. Until next time, look out for the neighbor, look out for the children, look out for a loved one, and most of all, keep it locked on My Opinion TV.